tonight is really, really exciting and special because we're going to take you on a journey. And I'm hoping my voice holds up. I got sick again for the second time in 2 weeks, so I'm hoping that my voice holds up. But if I don't sound as excited as I am, just trust me, I am. Tonight's pretty special.
Is this the kid's fault? Is this the fault of the kid? You got sick?
I don't think the second one he gave me. The first cold he totally gave me. The second cold I think I got on my own. Actually, I think I went to the health center, and I think the health center is where I picked up the second one. So we could trace it back to whatever. But okay, so what we're talking about is this, and this move has a pretty long history in the realm of Go. Do you guys know like at least one Joseki pattern for this 3/3 invasion? Is that true for most people here? Sure. Let's put one right now. Let's put a nice friendly human variation out on the board. How about this? Here, next move. Hane. Let's do Hane. Hane is the more normal one. This for humans is considered a special case. But humans did play this. This is a human move. So, okay. And then
extend.
Good. And then
might as well extend again.
And then
on a yeah.
Good.
Yeah, good block.
One more.
Might as well make a nice J.
All right, you guys just passed the human test. You're all human. And I say that because AlphaGo does not play this. Right, which is pretty remarkable. We have this is like an entrenched Joseki. Like this Joseki was like fixed, like the stars in the universe, right? And AlphaGo comes along and it's sort of like supernova. Will not play this. And so, first of all, that's for I think for Go players with any skill level, that's a pretty amazing thing, right? Just to have either a new really strong human player or even a especially strong robot player like blow up the old knowledge, right? That's a special moment. But here's the really cool thing about it, is that when AlphaGo came and refused to play this, it played another variation. We'll go through this history a little bit that it liked to play. And then within the next iterations of AlphaGo, between AlphaGo Master and then AlphaGo Zero, it upgraded itself again. And so not only did we have a robot come and tell us we're doing this wrong and show us the correct way to do it, it then decided that its correct way was also wrong, and came with a newer, theoretically better way, at least according to AlphaGo. These are the Go AIs.
More precisely, a subsequent robot told the earlier one, "Oh, by the way, you got it wrong."
I don't know how they talk to each other. but the point that's like we're already talking about supernova, like blowing this up, right?
Yeah.
But to have like a supernova inside of another supernova, this is not precedented. Right, to have like this level of advancement, and this is advancement that you guys can understand. Like this is just applying to a plain Joseki pattern, that has been around for hundreds of years. Like this is, pretty universal Go skill, right? If you're 15Q all the way up to 9-dan, right? This is like part of your language, and to have a robot upgrade this knowledge at least twice, right, within a fairly short amount of time, right? Have a paradigm shifting approach to this situation is profound. And that's what's really exciting tonight.
Well, except for the robot, it's not a very short amount of time.
But Dan, do robots even experience time, man?
It's at least millions of years of our time.
Sure. In a short amount of hours, in a short amount of human time, the robot has led us on quite a journey using, just this 3/3 invasion. Before I go to the robot, I want to step you through some of the other Josekis because I'll reference them that you should be familiar with. So usually 3/3, you almost always play here. If there's nothing else, or here, symmetrical, right? You almost always block.
Yeah.
There are other moves. If you're really strong, you can play moves like this or like this. That usually threaten to kill the corner. We're not going to do that. That's not part of today's conversation. And we're also not putting more stones on the board. So this is what we get. This is almost always the next move for white if there are no other stones on the board. If there are other stones, this is often another consideration, but that's the move. Another version that humans have played for a long period of time goes like this, still Hane, and instead of extending, double Hane. And this variation is, like, robots actually do play this, but not as the first variation on the board usually. Usually, this often comes up as the second 3-3 invasion. The robots have gone to this variation. Again, we'll explain why later, maybe, if we have time. But in this case, next move for white. There are 2 choices,
Hane
depending on what white wants.
or cut.
Hane, what is white saying with this move?
Let me out.
Which side is white emphasizing? Yeah, white's saying, I want to come down here. I'm going to give up this. I'm going to come down here. Or white could also actually just be saying, I'm going to live small in the corner. That move also can accomplish that. What's the other choice? If white wants to become strong over here?
Cut.
This one. Okay, so those are the 2 choices. If white plays this is a pretty normal exchange. Robots actually play here immediately. Humans always know about this move. Humans tend to be artistic and want to delay this move. Robots tend to play this immediately. But whenever it happens, black has to respond here. And then white plays on somewhere over here, depending on the situation. Sometimes you can just press up. And this pressing up is good because of black Hanes. This move is actually very powerful. Black can't really resist like this. And you'll know how to counter this type of resistance.
I don't know the move order, but I think you can cut at E15.
Ta-da. Right, black can't trap you in because you capture 3 stones. Yeah. So anyway, this is one of the possibilities. Of course, if white doesn't like taking this stone, I probably shouldn't have played this way. Oops. Where am I? Here. There we go. If white's not going to take, whoops, again we play this way. And when black blocks here, white plays here. This is how you make this. The previous variation we made a Panuki on this side. Now we're going to make a Panuki on this side. If black connects, take, Atari, take, take. So either way, black gets a pretty big corner, but white gets a Panuki facing the outside, and the next move to extend or build off of it, do something with it. And so that's a pretty normal, known pattern. That again, the robots do still play, but not till after something else happens. How about this one? I don't like to show you guys this one because this is one of my favorite trick Josekis to play against you when I'm playing handicap games. Although I can't really play more than 3-stone handicap games because black has to have a 4-4 point, or whoever's playing the trick move has a 4-4 point. But so until you guys get up to dawn level, I can't play this one against you. What does white do? So, in theory, if you have the ladder and you Atari, you got tricked. But here's the result. Atari. And now this is actually a very nice formation for black, because later on black can descend here and this threatens Ko. So black can even make this in Sente. You're completely sealed in. If you have a ladder, oh, it's a fun sequence. You have to extend here. And we'll just do this quickly because I don't want to spend a lot of time here. I'm not sure the order. I think here first. Again, the order doesn't matter a whole lot because all these moves are pretty much forced. Right there. Ladder. anyway, white can sort of split and break out. Although I'm not entirely convinced this is terrible for black. Throw in. And I asked a pro about this once. And they didn't give me a very good response. Because white's shape looks dumb. But even though white's shape looks dumb, I guess white's shape still is better than black's dumb. Okay. Anyway, those are known human things. That's the end of that. Let's do some robot time. All right. So a robot does this, and again we're going to go back to about AlphaGo master days, and what AlphaGo master days would do. I can't remember the order now. Huh. I think they would play. Is it this? I can't. Why am I drawing a blank here? I can't remember the old Joseki. Oh no! All right. AlphaGo play the AlphaGo master. Sorry, just Hanes again. Like this. Extend. This is like normal, right? Normal human move. Extend. All right. You ready for a robot move? So far, this is normal. AlphaGo came up with this move. And this looks dumb, doesn't it?
Well,
How many points did white make? 1. And black plays here. White plays here.
but white should have done something anyway. That's what we would say.
White did what?
White just would have ended something anyway.
Yeah, we would have said normally, right? We used to play the normal move. White makes this exchange. Black has to fix. White could still play here. Right? So the difference is this is
Black got another
human.
Another stone out in the third line.
This is robot.
Yeah.
And so the really weird thing is, like, why does the robot like this better? Isn't this worse? Like, if in the human variation, the human gets more points in the corner, gets a more solid corner, right? Because there's this problem.
Is that something?
White gets sente either way.
No, for black.
Doesn't white by extension?
Black.
This
is that good for black?
this is a good move for black.
I mean, does white have to respond? It looks like he might have.
If white does, white definitely wants to respond.
All right, so then it doesn't make sense. A lot of sense, right?
That's my point. This doesn't make sense. The robot's playing this garbage, and all the humans are like, what?
And it's sitting, huh?
So why is this better for white than the normal human move?
I guess the exchange of making that J shape down at the bottom is worse for white than the extension.
That's what the robot figured out, right? So it figured out this is worse extension or worse exchange than this exchange. But the question is why? Like, why is this worse to do than pushing on the second line from behind? Like, we're pushing from behind on the second line. That's not good. Not a position you want to envy.
Doesn't having that extra stone, that third stone on the second line, better protect the 16B there?
Better than this?
Well, I'm just saying that if
This both protect it, but this protects it better, I would say.
that protects it better.
Yeah, because now there's no sente moves for black.
I mean, if
Like-
black should wrap around.
Here, not sente. Tanuki, white tanukis. White doesn't care.
I'm just saying. I don't know how it would get there, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
if black should wrap around for some reason or somehow, then maybe that would be weaker in the center for white. I'm just
Okay, you're spitballing.
So.
Okay. I was going to tell you, this formation for white is super solid. Like, black has no sente moves against it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a clue, right? Like, in the sense that our position is so strong, our opponent can't touch us.
So it's over strong.
Maybe it's too strong, right? Like, we've actually invested too much into this. We've given up something.
Especially if it's going to be early in the game.
It's not efficient, right? To be so strong your opponent can't attack it. Like, your opponent's not going to attack it. Then what's the point, right? So we make this exchange. But the thing that you guys haven't really picked up on yet is this move. If black leaves this position alone, this is coming under attack. Like the robot figured out, oh, Black made a weak group. And if black just plays here, this is actually very nice for white. And black has to struggle inefficiently a little bit to make sure he's safe.
Black's got a wall there, but it doesn't have anything.
White, this wall isn't doing much. This wall is just trying to make eyes. And again, this isn't Sente. It's like white who's actually building out here, right? So this is pretty profound, right? In the sense like, oh, the robot figured out this wall isn't actually worth as much as we think it is because of this combination. And you could say, well, maybe black shouldn't extend here, right? Black could take a moment to play right here. Well, that doesn't feel good. Black can't actually play this. There's actually a ladder problem right now with the shape. And even if the ladder is good for black, double Hane is still, you know, fine. White, it's totally safe to double Hane. Like at worst, you can double Hane, right? The least severe thing you can do here is double Hane. That's good for white. But if we have the ladder, we can just play here directly, and that gives black all sorts of problems. So we definitely, I mean, it's really hard not to extend. If white gets here, and again black plays this, well, that's fine. We're just going to lean on this and force this thing to get really small. So we can play here. Is black going to play here? What are we going to do? If we play this way, there's this problem. I can just cut directly. If we play here, look at this. Oh my God, we made almost 10 points. But it's so small. Here, here, play something bigger. White already has 10 points in the corner. You should feel like this wall is not being utilized, right? If we're just using it to make a base of a 3-space extension, we don't need all these extra stones here. We just need these two. So all these extra things are actually points for white and not for us. If we attack from this side, right, and try to force white into our wall, again, we have this problem again.
You force yourself to come under it.
That's right. If black connects, well, this didn't work.
Oh, he's got a stone over there now, though. Black.
He does have a stone, so black will, it'll be a fight.
It's not a
But there's no points here for black. Black has a little bit stronger resistance. Because this move is Sente, black can play here. And then fight like this. And it's kind of a fight, but eventually black's still going to want to come back and play this move. So it's still a very tough sequence for black. I think white could even play here immediately, actually.
Yeah.
That seems fine. I mean, if black comes up, you're fine. Play here, here. Just attack these four. So that fight is not bad for white. So, you know, the damn robot figured this out. All right, I said, hey, when you give black this little hanging connection here, when white peeps here or tries to attack this, black already has ice shape. Right, it's very hard to attack this stick because of the extra ice space and shape extension from the wall here. So instead, this exchange is actually better to make for white. Isn't that fascinating? Like that's just killer. Yeah. And it caught, you know, when people were starting to analyze the games, pro players, it totally caught everyone off guard. Because everyone looked at the shape and goes, that's weird, that's not Joseki, that's not like all of our collective knowledge combined. And to the human eye, I think it also looks good for black, right? This feels bad. Pushing from behind on the second line, taking 1 point, 1 point, 1 point with each of these three moves, feels bad. And so it's really remarkable that the robot figured that out. But, you ready for part 2?
Yes.
Because the robot figured something else out. Because the robot, like I promised you, right? We had humans, all collective human knowledge, right, reach this level. And then the first level of robot reaches second level. And now we're going on this third level here because the robot doesn't play this way anymore. The robot has learned her lesson. The robot no longer plays this move. Instead, the robot plays this move. At least in the first, basically, we'll say opening invasion.
But this used to be a Joseki.
This is Joseki, yes, and humans would play here. Humans would play, absolutely. This was an old Joseki. Humans could either play like this, and it'd be very simple. And you can call it done. And the humans would actually often still make this exchange. But the robots for a little while, in some games, you actually do see this pattern played. Like this is one of the robot patterns. And the only difference, right, if you actually think about it, is we move these 2 stones there. This is the last pattern we did, right? And then white tanuki. Black no longer does this, but black does this. So why is black, this gives 1 more point to white, right? Like at least 1 more point to white. Right? Now we have 2 points. Now we have 1 point. So why is black giving white 1 more point for free?
To make the peep not so bad.
That's exactly right. When white peeps here, let's say white tanukis to play here. And let's say black even attacks from this side. And white's like, aha! I've been studying, the AlphaGo games. And I've learned that I should peep. And then, aha! I will come and make a base here.
It's not in the right place.
This peep is too far away from this stone now, right? Now black will just cut through here, right, and this stone doesn't matter. Like this is better off not being played. And so that's why the robot went 1, 2, 3 and allowed the peep up here, because now all of a sudden white can't make a base here and use that peep stone as part of that base making process. Whereas here, oh, that's nice now, right? Now we have these 3 stones working together. That's pretty cool. So the robot figured this out. Okay, no more Haneing here. We're going to allow our opponent to get 1 point of territory and Hane further away, and that way it's harder for white to make a base here. That's pretty savvy. White, again, white robot, said, no, I don't like this anymore. So it evolved again. So here, let's go back, right? White plays here. All right, so first, black liked this for black, but then white figured out the peep was good. So, no longer. So we got to here, and white was like, oh, we could play, this way. Normally, we'd expect black to play here. Black's like, no, I know how this ends. This ends. Or sorry, hold on, I skipped this. I skipped an evolution point. Too many moves. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna go with where we're at. So even though white kind of didn't get as good a result here, like this is still okay enough for white. Like this was fair. Like white was still happy enough to get this move. So black started omitting this move. Or, yeah. And saying, you know what? No, we're just going to take this immediately. If you're white, where do you play?
The Atari's looking real nice.
All right, if you're black, what do you play?
I think probably Tanuki.
Do not Tanuki this.
Not Tanuki?
Do not Tanuki this.
Okay.
No, you connect here. Now what?
Maybe white's going to protect that cut.
How?
I'm still working on that.
Okay. There's actually a couple ways. Probably we'll say the first one you should know is this way. And what's white trying to do with this move?
Get a monkey jump.
Yeah, basically black has staked out some prospect over here. We're going to say, hey, we're going to take our corner territory, and if you don't block it, later on we'll eat this territory too. And this is one way to protect these guys.
So white threats to come out, black blocks. And that's-
No, in this case, black usually might play here.
So you're thinking that that's greater than what was going to gain on the side?
That's right. So black will basically take more of the center now. We'll move more into a central position, not care so much about these points yet. So this is possible. White can also play here. And this is okay. This is if white is really trying to become strong over here, this is fine. Both these are fine. White can also play here. Again, if white wants to put pressure on this, but this leaves some problems.
It's a little sloppy.
It can get sloppy with this move, and both of these leave some weaknesses. But that's okay. So when we get to here, black just takes and is the first one to take this point. Black is sick of letting white come down here first, right? And all these variations, if black just keeps extending, white's going to come down here first. So black's like, no, none of that. I want it. Or if black already has a point here, black is actually, in the AI games, black will just go take another big point. Like, black doesn't even care enough about this, which is pretty far out. And this is a pretty big move, but often you'll see white take another big move. Like that. So the next question is, what does black do if black wants to come back here? Because right now, this is really weird, right? Like, the next move is worth a lot. But in all these AI games, all these robots, they figured out, oh, tanukiing is worth more than finishing this. Like, all the top robots sort of agree, this is not the biggest move on the board right now, because taking an empty corner is actually bigger than this, which again is a little bit counterintuitive and hard to realize. So after they play other moves elsewhere, how does black come back to this? Because again, we know how white well, actually we don't know how white comes back because I showed you this move. We didn't talk about this move yet. We'll come back to that. How does black continue? How?
C18.
Hane. Yeah, that's a good move. And so what does white do here?
Honey.
Hane here?
Yeah.
Okay, what does black do now?
Double honey.
Yes, very nice move, very nice sequence. And so now, I'm not sure if you guys can sense, your spidey senses are tingling, but white's gonna have to make a difficult choice soon. Actually, they'll kind of make it together, but what do you do as white? Do you give up this stone? Do you give black a Panuki over here? Do you take this stone? And if we do this, just to show the nice people, white's like, aha, I captured your stone. Sorry. Take, black eats the corner because of this exchange. This was a good exchange for black in this case. Oops. So, choice?
I feel like white can't really take that.
Yeah, so white plays here. So now black has a choice. What if black plays here? Actually, that's the hard one. Let's do black plays here.
Maybe Atari
Yeah, B16.
and 14.
This one?
Yeah.
Here. Yeah, this is possible.
My goodness.
And then start coming underneath.
This? Maybe. Except black will immediately ladder you a fight. So it might be a little bit overplay,
Yeah.
especially on white. If white has more support here, then definitely, yeah, you want to do this. But if we don't, I think white is actually fine to just take. And leave this cut. Okay, but here's a, let me back up the sequence just to show you my favorite counter here. So black double Hane, white Hane, black Atari, instead of taking, white's now going to come back to this Atari. Yeah, hurt your head, right?
Yeah.
Which stones on this board are going to die? It's kind of a crapshoot. Total negotiation. If black connects, now white plays here. Right, before we couldn't play this before because these 3 stones would die, but because we exchanged, remember how black exchanged these 2 to threaten these 3? White can actually make the same exchange back with this and this exchange to save these 3 again. Okay, too many heads exploding. Black, white, black's like, aha, I got you!
Okay.
All right, what's the result in this position? This is a pretty fantastic result, and I don't think anyone here sees it yet.
Yeah, black's so short.
Black plays here?
Yeah.
What is this? Who's dead?
I mean, it must be black, but I don't know.
This is a 25-point code that neither player wants to start. If the game goes to this is going to sit on the board forever. Not forever, but for a while. Like, the players are going to ignore it and go play the rest of the game for a while before it. No one wants to start this code. How does black start this code? 2 ways.
Throwing in at B19.
But if black throws in at B19, white takes first.
Yeah.
Okay, if white wants to start the ko, how does white start the ko?
But wait a minute, can't white just win this?
How does white just win this?
By 17-1?
Sure.
Yeah. Now he gets to take the go first and win it.
Hmm? Where? How does white take the ko first?
It's just, what do you mean?
Honey? What?
Oh, wait a minute, he's got to win it twice.
Yeah, there's no way for white to take the ko first here if white wants to start the ko.
He has to win it twice. Not so simple.
Yeah, and if white wants to start the ko this way,
No,
this is even worse,
I was
right?
saying 14, no, I was saying...
It's worse because now all of a sudden...
No, I was saying 14A.
Okay.
But it looks like he has to win 2 codes.
Yeah, it's no good.
Could
It's no
black
good.
instead just descend on the E row to threaten
think,
to
hey,
force the thing to start?
This starts a ko, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
White would be forced to start.
So we can force white to start the ko, but we used a gote move to do that.
Basically white.
So so I don't want to start the ko because I'll be at a disadvantage for the ko. So I want you to start the ko, but I'm going to throw a move away to make you start the ko. That's a great investment. That's like, this is literally like saying to your opponent, like, here, I'll make you a deal. I'll pass if you start that ko fight.
Well, it feels like it might take away a ko threat that white has as well.
I'll give you a
Maybe there are
stone.
ko threats to escape out that side.
Maybe, or, well, but no, there's not, 'cause there's not enough liberties here. No, I see your point. That's interesting. Yeah. So is that, I mean, that's fantastic, right? Like you have this like AI versus AI thing that just devolves into this massive ko that neither player wants to start. Like it's ko, whoever starts, it's ko. It's ko. Like there's no other solution here other than ko. But it's always ko, right? If my opponent plays a move, it's ko. If I play a move, it's ko. And whoever plays moves at a disadvantage. It's pretty far out. Like it's a really, you guys don't understand how happy this makes me. That's the problem. That's what's going on here. Because I mean that's like a beautiful horror, right? This is like Cthulhu, like on the board.
So is it very subtly to black's advantage if the whole game goes by and they're like not creating good ko threats? Like
Well, now,
sides
yeah, now you just like made everything else on the board like on the edge of your adrenaline, pumped seat here, right? Like everything is at stake now because we have another 25-point ko on top of everything else we're doing that we have to keep in mind. So every shape, every situation, every possible ko threat starts factoring in or gaining value because there's this abomination on the board. Isn't that fantastic? So, let's back up a little bit. We went down the Cthulhu wormhole. What's the? Why can't I think of the author of the horror author?
What kind of author?
Cthulhu and the beasts and Arkham Horror and you guys do not know what I'm talking about? You guys know what Cthulhu is?
I know what it is, but I can't remember the author either.
What's
Giant
that?
mythical beast, octopus head, wings.
I know his name.
Oh,
Yeah, Eldritch Horror. There you go. No? All right. You've all failed your horror literature for the day. Of course, you know, all I have to do is just go watch this video on YouTube and be like, you idiots, it's, goddamn, what's that guy's name? All right. Let's back up a bit. So here, remember this is what we're talking about.
Lovecraft.
H.P. Lovecraft. Thank you. Lovecraftian beasts, you know, from the depths of some layer of hell. All right. So, if you're a human, where do you play?
High.
If you're an early stage AlphaGo, what do you play?
Also high.
Also high. If you're cool, later stage AlphaGo, what do you play?
Late.
Play this one. And you can play this one. This is possible. This is actually human Joseki. But robot plays here. And you kind of have to block. Have you guys ever thought of this move? Have you seen this type of shape? Good idea or bad idea?
Actually, there's a result for that now.
There's a result for this?
Yeah.
What do you mean by a result?
Like, because people play here now.
People play here?
Yeah.
Like people or robots?
People and robot.
Really?
Yeah.
Do the robots evolve again? Alright, I don't know this one. My understanding this is bad for black. Because of this sequence.
Well, it looks like a monkey.
But wait,
Wait, why am I waiting? I don't want to wait. Screw waiting.
no, there's a very cool one.
There's a cool what?
Yeah,
Let's cut. Or you can even just cut here directly too.
you
And then-
cut here, yeah, and there's like an 18, not 18D or E, 18E. Yeah.
Oh, for black?
They make it very, very complicated. This is fighting for who study harder in the robot world.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is very, very complicated variation. And there's a result now.
Okay, I didn't know this. Alright, we're not doing this. No, we're going back. Let's do these obscene variations. Alright, and again, black doesn't want to give white the first move down here, so what does black do? Tanuki. If you're a cool robot. And white also Tanukis. Leaving this forever. If white plays here and does this variation, let's say white has this quarter, and black invades here. Because this literally happens in robot games. Like this is literally like common Fuseki on this half the board.
Now we go to the double Hane variation.
Yes. So we block this way, here, and oh my god, we're gonna play human Joseki. It's so exciting. The robots figured out, oh, the human Joseki is actually good here. So the question is why? Why don't we do like our fancy robot Joseki again? What's gonna happen?
I mean, if black makes that Panuki, it's kind of under attack.
Very good. Black, well not under really, it is a little bit under attack, but basically this Panuki's not worth anything. White can let this stone go without any concern. So white's gonna profit in the corner here. How much is this Panuki worth? Is it worth 30 points? No, why not?
Because white has a strong group it's
Look,
facing.
look at this, like, this completely settled group. There's nothing for this Panuki to attack. There's nothing there's no territory for it to expand to. What's it going to get? These 4 points? So when we see these cascading 3-3 invasions, the first one we'll never see this double Hane. But often, because of the strength of these groups that evolve, we will see this double Hane variation in these other corners. So the robots do play that, but not as the first corner. So I think that's pretty cool.
Normal human play is maybe a tendency we do the double Hane variant when we already have a stone on that side. One or more stones.
Hold on. So it's 3-3, block here, here. Right, this is where the situation.
But I'm saying, if we already had a stone before this, if we had the stone like on the third row, about 8 or 9. 8 or 9.
Oh, here.
No, on the top. I'm talking about black.
Black
Yeah.
has a stone here.
Is that what I'm thinking of? Or maybe I'm not thinking this right.
If we have a stone here, we're not invading 3-3.
Yeah. I got,
Right, if we have a stone here.
yeah.
If we have a stone here, we're just playing that.
Yeah. Never mind.
Okay,
I think I got my colors reversed.
okay. So in the opening, robots, even though they've been learning about these 3-3 points, they continue to invite them. Like it seems still to be their preferred way of playing. And so we do get a lot of games. Maybe someone will play a 3-4 at this point. But now we can just play this. Like this is very robot. It says, oh yeah, this is fine. We're both going to Tanuki from this. And so we're just going to do it and leave it for later. Which is pretty far out. In a human game, what would it take for you to invade the 3-3? Like what would cause a human to play this move?
There wasn't any bigger moves, I swear.
Nope.
If the influence White was going to get from it,
I mean, yeah, technically yes, but that's, yeah.
if the influence White was going to get from it wasn't going to be useful.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true too, but we'd see this early 3-3 invasion when White has this.
Sure.
This is probably the most common time you'd see a 3-3 invasion. Because wherever White's going to end up, if White comes in here or over here without any other support, black comes in, black's going to struggle for a little while and give White a lot of points. Whereas if we do it this way, yeah, White's going to be able to build. Oops.
It's a reducing move. It's a reducing move. White's got a big oil.
Well, it's an invasion move.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when we do the 3-3 invasion, unlike these other invasion points, we expect to come out with Sente. We expect to come out with Sente. And so that's why black does this. Black can invade the corner, figure out what White's ending shape looks like, and then reduce from the outside, or play the biggest move. So, if White only had one of these, would we play 3-3? No. Right, because now this is bigger than the corner. So we go this way. So I think what the robots have added, in terms of our opening knowledge, is they'll still go, if this looks like this, they'll absolutely still go on 3-3, right? Like really happy to. Like they'll think that's the bestest thing since sliced bread, right? That's amazing. But they're equally happy doing it in this position. When there's no White support, they're also super happy coming in before the shape is defined. They're really only unhappy about doing it when one of the sides is defined. Now we don't see as much 3-3. Right now, people play the outside, define the outside, and then come in. So, if you're incapable of learning any Go patterns, and you just want like the TLDR of this class, right? You have 4-4 point, nothing around it. Hey, that's a good move. You have lots of stuff around it. Hey, that's a good move. You have a little something around it on one side. Don't do that. It makes your opponent's job much too easy.
So if there's nothing around it, that's a good place to go into. If everything else is taken, that's all that's left. But if you get the halfway situation, then you better go for the big one.
That's right. Then there's going to be a bigger direction of play. You're going to be biased to that side. So anyway, the AIs have, still been teaching us, about this 4-4-3-3 relationship. And, it is one of the most profound relationships in Go, right? Like, pro players feel like there's this like sort of magic that happens halfway between the third line and the fourth line, right? This is like where the game takes place, right? In this space. And the fact that we're still learning like these subtleties of how these two lines react to each other, especially in as a place important as the corner, man, just this still humbles you, when you're trying to actually learn this stupid game. So that's all. So did you learn anything?
Yeah.
You have an appreciation for how the AIs have advanced our knowledge several times over in this one direction, among others. Cool.
Take a look at who's here so I know who not to try this on.
Oh yeah, look around the room and be like, okay, I'm not playing you. I don't want to deal with 3-3 invasions. All right, well, do you want to go play some games?
Sure.
Try some 3-3 invasions? Do it.